Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's me, Blackcat, and today I got another deck profile for you guys today. This time it's Lightsworns. Only this time it's a 40 card variant. It's no longer 60 cards. I actually had to go through a lot of trouble of trying to figure out what is the correct way to play the deck now. Is Brilliant Fusion worth playing in the deck? I mean, yeah, in the 60 card variant, you for sure you want to run it. But what about in a 40 card variant? Well, I've actually saw one variant at my locals, and I've been seeing it around a lot lately too, of a Naturia Beast lockout deck. So generally that's basically what this deck is focused on, is to turbo out Nat Beast. There's a lot of combo extenders in here to also get into some really powerful link plays. And I decided to incorporate something pretty special with this deck that none of the other Nat Beast decks were running, so that's what I'm going to show you guys for today. Alright, so starting off with the Lightsworn engine, I'm going to be playing 3 Rydens, 3 Wolf, 2 Felice, 2 Lumina, 1 Lila. Now, Lila is actually kind of optional, or you can run Gareth if you chose to. I just run Lila because it's, back row removal. And 1 JD. This is also optional. You do not have to run JD. The only reason I run JD is because it's just for nostalgic purposes. It's one of my favorite dragons, and plus his ability is not once per turn where you pay 1,000 life points and you get to nuke the entire board. And he doesn't destroy himself in the process, so that's one of the best things about JD. For other side engines, of course, playing 2 copies of Fairy Tale Snow. This is actually key to the strategy. 2 Goblinberg. It's gives you a free summon, gets you some rank 4s. Can also get into a couple link plays here and there, as well as some synchro plays if you're able to, but Goblinberg is just there to get you a free summon. And nothing more than that. We got the Performance Engine, 2 Hat Tricker. I was going to run it at 3, but I found that 2 is actually just fine. You can run it at 3 if you chose to, and just knock off the JD if you want, but I just prefer to keep it at 2. 1 Trick Clown, as well as 1 Damage Juggler. Come on, it's back at 1, you might as well play it at 1. Now for the one-ofs and combo extenders, I'm running only 1 copy of Balancer Lord. This card's only relevant whenever you banish it, actually. Gives you a free level 4 from your hand, so that's one of the best things about it. And I'm running Gold Sark, so this is just part of one of those combos. 1 Giant Rex. 1 Supreme King Dragon Darkworm. It's a free summon if it's in your graveyard and you control no monster, so that's one of the reasons why I decided to run it. 1 Distrito, of course. Yeah, you have to pay half your life points, and that can be bad at times, especially with the time rules. But if you play this correctly, you generally should be able to beat out your opponent pretty easily. Like I said, you generally want to lock them out with the Nat Beast combo. And of course, to get into the Nat Beast, you need Glow Bulb. This card actually is broken. It gets into Nat Beast really quickly, and also to some of your other synchro plays. So that's one of the reasons why you should run Glow Bulb. And you got plenty of plenty of Earth monsters to tune with it. So you got Giant Rex, you got the Performance monsters, and all that stuff. Alright, so moving on to the spells. Of course, you're going to be playing 3 copies of Charge of the Light Brigade. Searches out all your Lightsworn monsters, except JD, of course, he's not Lightsworn. 3 Solar Recharge, for draw power. And this card, I'm hoping never goes to 1. I kind of want to keep it at 3 because it's what keeps this deck live. 3 Gold Sarks. You have a lot of targets, so Gold Sark is very necessary for this. For the one-ofs, 1 Rhoda, 1 Dragon Shrine to get your Dark Worm or Destroyer to the graveyard as quickly as possible, as well as 1 Foolish Burial, 1 for 1, Monster Reborn, and Soul Charge. So, pretty standard stuff. Alright, so moving on to the extra deck. Now, you're actually only going to be running a total of 4 Link monsters. In fact, you don't even need to run the Nightmare engine in this. So, starting things off, you're going to be playing 1 Curious. This card's great. Sends 1 monster from your deck to the grave in any card you want. So, you can send your Wolf, your Felice, just, get a free summon off that, or you can send in your Glow Bulb, or anything else you might need, as well as your Fairy Tale Snows. 1 Land Fornicus. Primarily, it doesn't do anything, but it's good just because its arrows point down and it just requires 2 monsters. This is actually really powerful against Sky Striker, as well as Altergeist, Trisbana. And the banishment doesn't hurt you because, cards like Giant Rex or Balancer Lord, you can get a benefit out of them. Giant Rex summons himself. Balancer Lord gives you a free level 4. I don't have Boral Sword, so Borreload is my next go-to guy. So that's why I feel like he's actually really good. And it's not hard to fill up your board with monsters. Moving straight into the Xyz, got 2 copies of Minerva. This card's really awesome. I love this card. You mill 3. Any of them are Lightsworns. You get to draw any number of cards equal to the number of Lightsworn monsters. And if she's destroyed, mill 3 more. If any of them are Lightsworns, you get to pop. 1 Exciton Knight. I rarely use it, but it's there when it's there, you know. 1 Abyss Dweller, which is really powerful against any graveyard heavy deck like BA, Prank Kids. You know, you don't want them to hurt you. Now, this is the new spice I like to add. The Outer Entity engine. 1 Nyarla and 1 Azathoth. This shuts down hand traps, because its ability is continuous and your opponent cannot activate any monster effects. So this basically is my version of Called by the Grave, since that's why I'm not running it. So Azathoth is really awesome. And plus he has an awesome ability where you just destroy your opponent's cards by detaching them. But that only works if any of the materials are at least 3 Xyz materials, so and it has to be a fusion, synchro, or an Xyz monster, but that's generally okay, but you just primarily use it for the continuous effect. Alright, so moving on to the synchros, and we run quite a bit of them. Of course, you're going to be running Michael, pay 1,000 to banish, 1 Black Rose Dragon to nuke, 1 Trishula, you know, pick apart your opponent's hands, which is also a good hand trap killer. Same thing with Sideframe Lord Omega, banishes it. Even if it's for the turn, it's still really good. And finally, 1 Nat Beast. And this card itself shuts down Skystrikers because they cannot use spells whatsoever. But yeah, Nat Beast is really powerful. It's one of the best cards to play in this deck. Alright, so moving on to the side deck. One of the best side monsters right now, Dino Wrestler Pankratops. Against the Thunder Dragon matchup, I got Mind Control, you know, just steal their Colossus and just turn it into Link materials. 3 Twin Twisters. For any search heavy deck or just decks that, you know, like to recur their resources, Shared Ride is really awesome. Another good Ultrageist matchup, or Paleo, Red Reboot, shuts them down entirely. Well, anyway, that's all I got for you guys today. I really hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll catch you guys again next time.